So we took the sheets that you had filled in. See, there was a lot of material on other things that is really a treasure, and we have tried to capture those phrases or elements on these sheets that you see around the room. But we're going to ask you to first of all go on a pilgrimage around these different phrases.
It says, the understanding of Father Colleen of the Gospel encourages us to educate in the way of meaning, to be attentive to the needs of others, and love with the heart of a mother. United as a holy family in the manner of the first Christian communities, learning from the experience of others to follow a common path.
Enracinée dans son histoire et sa tradition, la communauté mariste s'engage avec joie à accueillir dans un esprit de tolérance et de partage jeunes et adultes afin de travailler ensemble à la construction d'un avenir.
The very fact that this forum has taken place is really a source of hope. We have met each other. We have also tried to widen the horizon outside the Marist Fathers network. In this sense, we have been happy to welcome guests from the Marist Sisters School in England, Marist brothers and their colleagues from Italy and from Ireland. We have been enriched by several inspiring talks and presentations. We have shared many experiences and good practices. We have prayed together and we have celebrated our Marist identity. I see all of the time I ask myself, is there a risk of being caught in a kind of nostalgia? If we think too much in terms of crisis, as if once the crisis is over, we might get back to a context with which we are more familiar. Yes, these crises are occurring indeed, and we need to take them into account. But we need to pay careful attention to what is new, to what is in the process of coming to be. I was very impressed last month at Charles de Gaulle Airport on my way to Ireland when I saw a large poster on the wall. It was not long after the Paralympic Games. There was a female athlete with what were very clearly two artificial legs. This lady said, "I focus on what I have and not on what I lost." I know by experience as provincial of the Marist European Province that it is not easy to adopt this attitude. Easy to say, but not easy to put into practice. Nevertheless, it is my conviction that if we want to promote hope, we need to focus our attention on what is in the process of becoming. But I have a conviction, stronger than ever, the forum is not finished. It has just opened a number of doors. We have to continue the work, and to work together, collaboratively, to explore the landscape that this forum opens up before us. We will return tomorrow to our respective places with a collection of important landmarks outlined during these days in the presentations, during the recreations, the prayers, during the visit of the city, and so on. And these landmarks are, to say a few, the importance of having a clearer sense of our identity, a shared understanding of the values we want to promote, a greater familiarity with the Marist history and tradition from which we come. Of course, one of the major landmarks in our collection is a better knowledge and maybe ownership of who Jean-Claude Collin was and what he stood for. Although we come to the end of this forum, this is another reason to repeat that the work is to be continued, especially around the figure of the founder, as we have just started a year of Collin. L'Annelière is a place where these landmarks find a unique expression. I heard from the pilgrims to the Marist places coming from Ireland over the last few years with some of their colleagues from England. I heard something of such an experience. One way of continuing the challenge of such a common formulation of the Marist ethos, the Education Committee, Bruno Chanel, Kevin Jennings, Dominique Velbrun, Martin McAnany and myself, our committee proposed that we explore the possibility of adopting a presentation which will combine visual elements like an image or a logo with a set of core values relevant in the field of Marist education today in Europe. The Education Committee wishes to establish an international working group and to give it clear terms of reference. Merci à tous ceux et celles qui ont contribué à l'organisation de ces journées, toute l'équipe de Fürstenzell, les maristes de Passau, de Fürstenzell, de Dessau, les membres de l'équipe internationale de préparation, vous tous qui êtes là et qui d'une manière ou d'une autre avez pris sur votre temps pour participer à la préparation et pour faire le déplacement. If this forum is a source of hope, it's also a source of gratitude. Merci.
These days we're full of possibilities for all kinds of communication between all the schools, networking, hope, definitely, confidence in the future, yeah.
Que te das cuenta de que somos hermanos, de que tenemos colegios en otros lugares, que podemos colaborar, que podemos seguir un camino juntos y que educare in Marista vale la pena.
Una bella esperienza perché ho conosciuto molte persone con lo stesso mio spirito verso I ragazzi, verso il dare.
Enjoyed most of it the last number of days, I suppose, just the conversation you have with people outside of the convention a lot of the time and just picking up some ideas about best practice, and it's just interesting to see how different schools with broadly the same backgrounds and broadly the same ethos do things slightly different ways. So
queste sono occasioni che permettono l'incontro, come dice lei, e soprattutto anche già mettersi in progetto con io. La prima volta sono partita con 2 progetti realizzati nell'anno e lì ne ho altri 2 che realizzerò appena possible.
Experiencia la encuentro muy gratificante y no tan solitarios en el sentido en el cual podemos intercambiar experiencias con otros colegas.
Sí, aparte del vivir el espíritu que se vive aquí, que te lo llevas para ti cuando vuelves en el colegio y transmitirlo a los compañeros.
Penso che è una bella speranza per la società di Maria, perché nel corpo educativo davvero c'è un grande entusiasmo.
Alegría y mucha esperanza en esta iglesia, una iglesia abierta, sencilla, donde tienen cabida todos, como la gran familia de Dios.
Per amore dei ragazzi, perché si sentano amati e perché attraverso il nostro amore riescano a capire quali sono I talenti unici che ciascuno di loro ha ricevuto.